Hi everybody, so today is the first episode of Meet a Creative Person with the lovely Jen Cass. We had a lovely chat about mental health and what it's like to be a creative person in her industry, and it was lovely to just chat with this amazing human being. I hope that you enjoy. If you like what you see, please comment below. We'd love to chat with you, and let's get into it.
Hi.
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 Would you like to tell us who you are and how you identify, please?
Yes. Would you like me to tell the camera or to tell you?
Oh.
Which one?
I know who you are.
Okay, so I'll tell the camera.
Tell the camera.
I'll tell both of you.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Jen Cass, and I am an actor, voiceover artist, and a queer lady.
Nice.
And identify as technically lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like the word, so I think queer's a better word.
Yeah, cool. Queer's good.
Queer's good.
Queer's good. Okay, so we'll warm up a little bit because, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just do like, what's your favourite colour?
Okay. Blue.
Blue. Favourite song?
At the moment, it's by Bazzi featuring Camila Cabello, and it's called Beautiful.
Ah, I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah,
I'll
really
have to
good.
look it up.
Mm-hmm.
What about favourite film?
Favourite film? The one I've just seen, which is the Miseducation of Cameron Post.
Okay.
Don't know if you've heard about
I
it.
don't know what's that about.
It is about a Christian, how do you describe it? A school out in the sticks in America in 1993,
Mm-hmm.
trying to convert queer people by making them think that
I
they're
have heard of that.
explanations for the fact that they're queer. So it's about a girl who goes there because she falls in love with her best friend, and then she gets found out and she has to go, and the woman who runs it is an amazing actor. Did you ever watch The Old Pride and Prejudice with Jennifer Aylin?
Mm-hmm.
It's her.
Oh.
So it's Jane from, not Jane, it's Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice, but she's like a bit, she's just insane in this, but also really clever and manipulative, so it's quite hard watch, but one of the best films I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I think that's one that was on my to watch list actually.
It's a queer film, go see it.
Yeah.
Go see it.
Yeah.
Promo.
Yeah.
Wasn't paid for that, but...
No, but it's good.
Yeah?
Everyone go watch that one.
Yeah. The Miseducation of Cameron Post.
Okay, cool. I will look that one up. Nice. Let's get into it then, shall we?
Okay, yeah, sure.
So, from what I was going to ask you. Oh yeah, tell us a bit about yourself and your creative career.
Right, my creative career. I am an actor, like I said. I went to drama school back in 2012 and graduated in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Had an unusual time there, not that amazing, some great experiences, some crap experiences, but I've been a professional actor in the industry now for 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, 4
Wow.
years out, and I have done various bits and pieces, nothing that anyone will know of, but things that I feel proud of locally. Done bits of radio too, and yeah.
Cool. So what's like your favourite bit of that?
What, my favourite bit of the whole career?
Yeah. What do you prefer doing?
I think I prefer doing radio and theatre. I think I'm not really into being in film because I'm very self-conscious, and it's something that I'm trying to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if you don't like the way you look that much, or you become very aware, it's really hard to give a genuine performance, because instead of thinking about the person standing in front of you, just thinking like, how do I look? Is this a good angle? How are my eyes? Like, am I sweating? Random. But in theatre, obviously your main focus is on the other person, and so you can get out of your head a lot easier than you can, for me anyway, on screen. So I think I prefer theatre. And radio, you don't show your face.
Yeah.
So.
Which is even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide their face.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you come across any boundaries in your career? You've kind of spoken a little bit about that. But...
I think, to be honest, I don't know how you feel about this, but the main boundary has always been myself. Deep. That's deep.
Yeah, no, I get that one. Go on.
Yeah. I've never really had much faith in my own ability. I've never been my own biggest fan, always hated myself. So that's something that I'm like going to therapy now because I've not been very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I've definitely found the shift in how I'm thinking about things and how I'm the person that's actually stopping myself going forward for auditions or for certain roles, because it's not because someone else is saying you're not good enough. It's the only person that's doing that is me.
Yeah.
And I go into audition rooms and sometimes I can feel, I know people are watching me, but instead of being present, I'm thinking, they all hate me. Like, I've walked in and I'm too tall. I'm absolutely shite and I'm not even opening my mouth. So I think it's definitely my own brain that's hindered me from being, I think, the best version of myself. Or just being myself.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about
that. Yeah, definitely. I find that with like having too many boundaries in my own head, I think. And going, oh no, you played that note wrong, or that really hard bit's coming up and you won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, they're going to realise that bowing was slightly different, or all sorts of things that go on in your head. And I've found actually, music-wise, if I do stuff by memory, it's easier.
Wow, than actually reading the sheet.
Reading it, because if I'm reading the sheet, then there's too much black on the page.
Okay.
And I can see what's coming up. Whereas if I'm doing it by memory, I can trust my fingers to go where I know they can go.
And I guess it's in your body, right?
Yeah.
Instead of in your visual to like, memory.
Yeah. Yeah. So you kind of listen to it more. I do anyway. I can listen more when I haven't got kind of this thing in front of me.
I think that again applies with trying to give a good reading. So in some auditions you'll go in. By the way, I'm not a success, like I am in my own right, but I'm not this successful great actor or whatever, so I'm not hugely experienced. But for the few auditions I have had, I've had to go in with a script, and I find it's a great safety net, but it means that you're in your head because you're like, that line, you know, I want this to feel in this line. Whereas if you're actively engaging with someone in a room, everything you're doing, the intention is to them. It's not just you dicking around.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, I did that completely, like you said, oh, the bowing was completely wrong on that, and they noticed, even though they're probably just thinking about what they have for tea. So
yeah, exactly.
Everyone's, insane, really.
Yeah. There's a really good bit in, have you seen The Last 5 Years? It's a film.
No.
I think it's kind of an indie film, and it's Anna Kendrick, and I can't remember who the guy is.
Wait, I might have seen this with Tilda. What's the plot?
It's so she starts at the beginning. No, at the she starts at the end of the relationship, and he starts at the beginning of the relationship, and it's to do with they've broken up, so they've been together for 5 years, and then in the middle they meet up. So it's quite complicated. But there's a scene in that she's an actress, and there's a scene in that where she's auditioning and everybody's wearing the same thing, and she's on stage and doing the audition, but she's singing things like, they're going to think this is the way I sing, and this sounds so bad, and why does the pianist hate me, and instead of actually singing the words, and like, why is that person staring at my resume, and made up half of it.
And it's amazing, isn't it, because I don't know if you've read Frazzled by Ruby Wax, or any of Ruby Wax's.
I have it, yeah.
You have it?
Yeah, where is it? Oh, it's probably in the other room, but yes, I have it.
But I do spot Twilight.
Yeah.
Absolute crap Twilight, man. Get Harry Potter down there.
Oh, I've got Harry Potter as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Got Harry Potter first.
Not a fan of Twilight, that's what I call it.
Fair enough.
You've read it, so you know, but I don't know if people, if they're not aware of it, it's about mindfulness and bringing your attention every time your thoughts run away with you back to your senses, becoming more aware of the world around you and stopping the cycle, the rumination of negative thought, because I find it's almost like you can't stop once you start, and I've recently been trying to, like, every time I eat, mindfully eating and taking it back to my, what's it taste like, what are the sensations,
that's good,
and doing it even in the shower. It's like, what's it feel like to rub some soap on my arm, because usually just like out thinking tick 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 tick, everyone hates me, I'm a failure. So I find that a really useful way of at trying to lower the amygdala, or the part of your brain that's basically on constant high alert, thinking you should be scared of everything and everyone's out to get you, everyone hates you.
Yeah.
How do you like cope? Do you cope well with? How do you manage like those thoughts if you have them?
I definitely have them all the time. There's a technique I've been trying to do at the minute called the 5-second rule.
Oh, Mel Robbins.
Mel Robbins, yeah.
Yeah.
So where you kind of think 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then do something. So it stops me from kind of overthinking things too much. I still do it quite a bit, but it's better than it used to be, which is why I have like the Take 5 thing on my wardrobe to remind me.
Oh, what? There. Oh, yeah.
It's a poster she put together, because she does when you get her audiobook, you can then sign up to 31 days of like mentoring, so you get a video each day with her talking with new concepts.
That's really cool.
That's really, really helpful, and I prefer audiobooks to reading. So that's how I do it. And then I do therapy at the minute as well, so I'm doing lots of DBT stuff.
Cool.
So yeah.
I'm with you.
Working through it.
We're like, we're artists, so we'll go to therapy.
I think most artists do, don't they?
Yeah. I think
a lot do.
I guess you have to be quite brave to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be ready as well.
Definitely.
I put it off for a long time.
I did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, pouring all your soul to somebody.
Okay, I'm just going to check that hasn't gone off.
Okay.
Okay.
What's next?
What's next? Are there any questions about the industry that you wish people would ask you? Or talk to you about?
Questions that people would ask me. I think I wish that more people would be willing to talk about how they actually feel.
Mm-hmm.
And Susan Calman has a brilliant podcast called Mrs. Brightside, which is, she suffers from depression. She's a comedian, and she's queer.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets on guests and they talk through her depression, anxieties, other people's, like if they have manic episodes or bipolar. And I do think there's real space to be vulnerable, because with vulnerability there comes this kind of freedom.
Yeah.
Because you start to strip away all the stuff that you pretend you are and actually find out a little bit more about the essence of yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had this, but you know where you meet someone or you work with someone and they just seem so calm and at peace with themselves, and you're like, how the F can they be like that when I can't even brush my teeth without being like, good morning, you asshole.
Yeah.
Another day stuck with you.
Yeah.
And I think, if we were more open and honest and worked on ways to develop our brain instead of our bodies, just our bodies, things would be a lot better. Because, again, going back to Frazzled, Ruby Wax talks a lot about our obsession with the gym, and I do find it really fascinating, actually, that as a nation now, we're obsessed with body image. So like we want to be ripped, we want to be like, and I'm quite fit now, but I still want to get more toned, and but we don't want to work on our mind. And it's a bit weird that we're willing to put our headphones in and go to the gym and pump off for an hour and then go home and listen to things and then stay on our phone, stay on devices, because we don't want to spend time actually working on ourselves. But if we don't, we're just going to end up having breakdowns by the time we're like 30.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, definitely. I get up really early now, because then I've got more time for myself and I don't have my phone with me. I say that. I have music on that doesn't have any lyrics, but other than that I don't use my phone until 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I get up, aim to get up at 5, and then get stuff done. And then I've got a bit more chill out time, and it's more time for my mind. And I try and meditate as well. I use the Headspace app.
I've heard about it, but I haven't got it.
Yeah. So I use that one, and that's quite good.
It's interesting you say that, because I've been getting up earlier as well. So obviously we're quite parallel in terms of finding things that are working for us.
Yeah.
Because one thing, again, not everything works for everyone. So mindfulness might be great for me, but you might absolutely hate it and find it worse, or like, you know, people are quite evangelical about things and say, this is the way, you've got to get up at 3 a.m, do yoga for 5 hours, otherwise you'll never be your true self. And it's like, well, some days you've got to listen to your gut, and if you want to, you know, lie in, then that's fine. Like, just be kind to yourself, I think.
Definitely. I think the other thing is, I don't know how you feel, but I find myself censoring a lot of what I say.
In what context?
So I have a very sarcastic sense of humour, dark sense of humour. So I have a lot of witty comments that go on in my head a lot of the time, but I don't vocalise them. I just don't vocalise them. But
out of what? What is it you're worried about saying them? Is it?
I guess being judged, or being taken the wrong way, because I never mean anything in malice. Because I think Geordie as well, like with my upbringing, we just have a dark sense of humour.
Yeah. Well, I get that.
Yeah, exactly. Darker than most people, I think. I think being judged, and especially because you feel like you're on a pedestal when you're a creative person sometimes. You're kind of there, and especially if you're like, my face is my business. Like, I am, what I create is what I put out there to the world, and that's what people will see. So then you don't want to say anything out of turn.
But I think there's a difference between being offensive and going around saying, I hate this person, and making a sarcastic comment. I guess you've got to trust your gut and maybe be vulnerable to say.
Yeah.
Which I know is hard.
Yeah. I've started doing that with the band.
That's
when
really
I'm
good.
with the band. So we have a quotes page.
Okay. Okay.
And since I stopped censoring myself, it has grown quite a bit.
Well, it's great, because it means that you're feeling like you can trust I think in terms of like queerness and mental health and being an actor, I think a lot of the problems that I've faced all stemmed from schooling, really, and kind of never feeling like I fitted in, or I didn't really understand myself or my sexuality for a very long time. I had no idea I was queer. I didn't have a reference point, somebody to look at and go, that's exactly how I'm feeling about women, because there was like one gay guy openly out in the whole school, and then 2 women who were kind of getting with each other, but I just sort of stared at them for ages, but I still couldn't get in my head that is what I wanted. I just thought it was really interesting, so I'd be like looking at them in the corridor, looking at them on the stairs, weird stalker. I think school can be a really either brilliant or toxic environment for young people, and a lot of those irrational anxieties and things that you build as a habit from school can then come into your creative industry.
Definitely. And
then you start noticing them and trying to claw back your true intention, I suppose.
Yeah.
That was waffly.
No, I get it. I think it's from school that I'm like that now. But it's just growing in yourself, I think, and saying what you think sometimes. Because, especially queer person, so someone came up to me the other day and just went, "You're the lesbian one." I went, "Yes, I am."
Nice
I like your sort.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was thinking, "Yes, I'm from Lesbos, where all the lesbians live, and we have loads of plaid and DIY and."
I'm actually great at DIY, so I did
me
that
too.
Box. We tick the box.
Yeah, we all live together and see your earthlings.
Yeah, we're all vegan.
Yeah, we're all vegan.
We all wear
hippies.
sandals.
Yeah.
Hey, you've got incense over there. So.
Yeah.
Ticks it.
Oh yes, but I'm not from Lesbos.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's always time to move.
Oh yes. Yeah. So tell us, you have a Queerious Podcast set up. Can you tell us about that, please?
I can. Queerious Podcast was set up earlier this year, and it was a chance for me to be able to provide content that I wanted as a queer person. So I've kind of got into the internet a little bit too late in terms of Tumblr and all these fanfic websites, which I wish I'd never discovered, if I'm honest. But I started finding, people were talking about certain things and issues, but it was all confined to blogs, and there wasn't really a podcast I could listen to that was about queer topics.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything that I wanted to, just put it on whilst I was like in the shower or cutting vegetables or whatever. Very specific examples. So I decided to do it in my house, basically. Invited queer artists like yourself, musicians, directors, actors, to talk about their lives in an interview style, but only on podcasts, because I don't really like videos, but I am doing this for you.
Thank you.
Consider that a
Yes.
privilege. And it's been probably one of the best things I've ever done, because I feel like I've made more mates, because I didn't really know you before. Well, we chatted after Queer Film Fest, but I didn't really know you before.
Yeah.
It's good to obviously bring you to my house. A lot of parallels, so it made me feel less alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've taken a break now because I've not been very well, but I'm hoping to come back in October, November time with it.
Brilliant.
And I think what I'd like is for 13, 14-year-old kids who are feeling really alone in their queerness, or like they don't have anyone they can sit and chat to about these things or feel part of, that they could put it on in their bedrooms and be like, oh, I might check out that show, or that's really interesting that these actors feel like this, or these musicians write this, I'm going to check out their music.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create a community, really, because to me, community is everything, and the main problem I think with society today is we don't have community.
We don't at all.
And Queerious has acted as a place where we can be ourselves, I guess, and glorify the queerness, and also talk about the parts we don't like about it.
Mm-hmm.
That was, again, very, very long-winded.
No, that's good. It's a good explanation.
Okay.
It's fine.
The voices in my head are like, shut up, Jen.
No. I like this. It's good.
Okay.
You're doing well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'm breathing.
You're doing well. It's all right. I don't like video either, and I've got two YouTube channels.
Yeah, but it's good, stretching yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, stretching yourself.
So, what is the highlight of your career so far?
Being here in your house.
Aww.
That's number one. Number two, I have a kids' theatre company, and we make work for 2 to 7-year-olds. And I love going on tour, because I did one in 2016 with one of my best mates, Lucy, and my partner, Emily, and it was just so much fun, because we were taking something magic and inspiring to little kids, and it was pay as you feel, so they didn't have to put in much money, so there wasn't financial pressure, but we were getting paid really well, and it was like we were just driving around laughing, dancing to Britney Spears. Lucy is a legend, so it was just amazing to tour with her. And then my other friend Tilda, who I've done a show with as well, and we're going to revisit that next year, hopefully, if we get the funding through. So I think that kind of working with some of your best friends, being creative and getting to inspire young people, is probably been the highlight of my career.
Brilliant.
So far. Yeah, definitely.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Introduce you to the stuff I do.
What do you do?
I work now in a cultural arts collective. So we have art, we have had drama there, we have music room and live room. So when we finish, I'm probably going to be going to paint the floor.
That's amazing.
And we built the shelves out of scaffold poles and stuff.
That's so cool. Well, whoever did that is a legend.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Legend.
So it's very, very similar to what I do. It's great.
It's weird the parallels.
We have so many parallels.
I know, it's like, Mel Robbins, like I've heard about the 5-second rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's really good. Finally, you can plug yourself. What are your handles?
My handles are, I guess Queerious Podcast is better, because I'm not very interested in person on my own. So if you want to find Queerious Podcast on Twitter, it's at Queerious Pod, because I couldn't fit podcast in. On Facebook, look up Queerious Podcast, and on Instagram, Queerious Podcast. Just to clarify in spelling, it's Queerious.
Yeah. I'll put some links to that.
Perfect.
As well, and I'll link to the interview that I did for you 3 months ago.
Oh, great! Thank you.
As well,
So we can cross.
Yeah, go check it out because it's really cool.
It is really cool. And I think it's interesting as well because you were the least chatty of all the guests because you're a musician.
Yeah.
It's like all the guests, like actors, listen to it. Like I've just gone on and on and on for ages and ages, which I'm very conscious about. But Kat was so succinct with their answers. You were like, yes, that's right. I was like, oh, Kat.
Sorry about that.
No, it was a good thing because you're not a person that kind of does what I do and just goes blah, 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 blah,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, I'm quite succinct with what I say.
About 2 sentences instead of 50 paragraphs. Had one guest who I was like, had to cut. I think we recorded for about 2 hours and I had to cut an hour and 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really difficult. Because a lot of it was great, but waffling, rambling thought, which I have, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, check it out on there. You can find us on iTunes and YouTube and Spotify and everything as well, so give it a listen. Start on episode 1 because that's with myself and my girlfriend, and then as you can move up, obviously you can go to Kat's, but it's good to start there because you get a sense of the format of the...
I'll try and put a card thingy, like a call to action. Look at number 1.
Oh,
if I can make that work.
Thank you. I'll try to put a cardboard, a piece of cardboard.
Yeah. And we'll hold the placards like go to 1 now.
Just go to enter.
That'll have to be a thumbnail, won't it?
I don't even know what a thumbnail is, to be honest. A
picture.
A picture.
A picture.
Honestly useless. Absolutely technologically useless.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having
being
me.
a guinea pig.
Thank you, no problem.
First one done.
Good luck.
Thank you. I don't like endings.
No,
Endings
neither
are
do
hard.
I.
I'm like the doctor.